everyone, this is Seda, Gourmet Next Door. Now it is time for breakfast and we are making shakshuka. Let's do it again. Shakshuka. Yes, we are making shakshuka, which is one of my absolute favorite breakfast dishes slash brunch. It's essentially baked eggs in the oven. So we're poaching the eggs in the oven in a very rich kind of tomato sauce. And that's why we make the bread, because we're gonna dunk the bread in those beautiful egg yolks. Let me show you my ingredients. The first thing you're gonna need is a pan that you can use both on the stove top as well as the oven, because we're gonna start the shakshuka on the stove and then it will go into the oven. So make sure that you start with the right dish. Otherwise, you're gonna have to transfer things and that's not really convenient. Now my oven's heating at 200 degrees. Of course, the star of the dish in this case is the eggs. So I have 2 eggs room temperature. That's very important. Don't ever put cold eggs into a hot kind of tomato sauce, okay? It will cook them immediately and they will cook unevenly. I have some ready-to-go tomato sauce here, but if you don't have this, you can go ahead and use canned tomatoes. You just crush them and you make sure you cook them longer because you want the water to evaporate and all the flavors to concentrate. Now I have tomato paste. In terms of my aromatics, I have a shallot. You can also use a regular onion. I have 1 clove of garlic and I have some parsley, which I will do it as a garnish. I have 2 other things here that will give this shakshuka a really nice flavor. I'm using oregano, dry oregano, and sumac. Sumac is one of my favorite spices in the Middle East world. It's a sour kind of spice and it rounds everything together in this shakshuka. So with that, let's get shakshukaing. So the first thing I'm gonna do is heat up my pan. So I'm gonna turn it on to a medium-high heat and put a good amount of olive oil in there. Man, I gotta do more arm workouts. Look at my jiggly bat wings. Hello! Now I'm gonna go ahead and give the shallot and my garlic a nice fine chop. The thing with shakshuka is you want everything to be finely chopped, no big pieces in there. That's just not sexy. Now people put all sorts of things in shakshuka. Some people like peppers, other vegetables in their shakshuka, but for me, I like the basic, the simple. And the simple just has garlic, onion, or some sort of shallot, and some herbs and spices. That is it. So don't need to complicate things. So let's give it a nice little chop here. I prefer shallots because of their delicate taste. So it's still oniony, but it's not overly oniony, and that's what I'm looking for. So you want the pan to be warm, but not scalding hot, because then it will burn your aromatics. So our oil is coming to temperature. Now, one thing you should watch out for, guys, is not burn the garlic, because garlic burns very easy and you need to keep an eye on it. So the first thing I always do is I put my oil and then I get my bed in there. And my bed in this case is gonna be this shallot. Woo! Hear the sizzle! Hey, that's what days off are for, right? A nice cozy homemade breakfast. I'm turning the heat down to a medium heat. Now, as the onion is cooking down, I'm gonna go ahead and chop my garlic. So shakshuka really has a very, very nice story for me, which is when I went to Cuba for cycling last year, I met these amazing 4 people, okay? And we ended up being really good friends and spending time together. So beyond Cuba, we started doing things. So first we went to UK and then they came to Dubai in December. And one day, we went partying and it was really, really kind of a crazy night. So the next morning, It was really kind of a hungover morning, and that's the first time my friends met shakshuka, and they loved it. So I want to send a big shout out to Annie, Rachel, Jason, and Vincent. I love you all, and I cannot wait to spend more time with you in the near future. Hopefully, next time we're going to Wales. So this dish reminds me of them, and it just warms my heart. And Annie tried actually this week to make shakshuka, and hers looked amazing. So that inspired me to make my own version and share with you. So guys, sometimes you go on trips and you never know what you're gonna run into. And that Cuba trip was beyond Cuba for me because I met the most wonderful people, and I know that I made some lifelong friends, like these 4 I'm talking about. I love you all so much. Now garlic goes into the oil. Very nice. Hi Bruno. Oh, Bruno can smell the onion and the garlic, and he's now in the kitchen, hanging out with me. Okay. So the key to shakshuka is to make sure you cook the onion and garlic before you add the tomatoes. And I like to add tomato paste because it gives it a very nice rich color, but also a very nice flavor. So we love tomato paste in the Middle East, big surprise. You can add whatever spices that you fancy. Some people put cumin, and that would be lovely, but in mine I prefer to go basic again, so I'm going to use oregano and sumac, but that's not the time yet to add those spices. Okay, I want to show you this. You see that? That's what we're looking for. Now, once again, if you don't have tomato sauce, this is what I have on hand and I want to use it. But if you don't have this, just use crushed tomatoes. Put them in there and just kind of crush them and give it time to develop their flavor. I love shakshuka because it's such a nice dish also for a big crowd. So you can use a big casserole kind of dish, layer everything, so make the quantity much larger, layer everything, and then just crack your eggs in there and just bake it in the oven. It's so simple, it's very low maintenance, and it's a wow dish. You know, you can impress your friends. Hey, I made you guys shakshuka for brunch. Now this is ready for the tomato sauce. I'll go ahead and add this. So I'm using half the jar. And now the tomato will mingle with the onion and the garlic. And now this is our flavor base. Oh, that low carb bread is gonna be so nice to dip into this. It will be nice and amazing. So now we want the sauce to simmer a bit. And now is the time I will go ahead and add my tomato paste. I love these little tubes of tomato paste because you can get every little bit out, and it's just so easy in the fridge to store them. Shakshuka is comfort food. It's one of those foods you can just make and enjoy with your family, and it's just home. It smells like home, tastes like home. So now I'm gonna go ahead and add my oregano. Oregano is such a nice deep flavor. And then sumac. Lovely. Since I'm using a ready-made sauce, this came together really easily. Now is the time to go ahead and crack my eggs. So I have 2 eggs here. So what you want with shakshuka is for the white to cook, the white part of the egg to cook, and the yolk to be nice and runny. That's the whole point with the shakshuka. And I think one of the mistakes many people do is they overcook their eggs. So don't do that, please. I'm gonna give this guy about 5 minutes. And the way we're gonna test this is we will take it out, we will give it a little shake. If the yolks are jiggly, that means they are still nice and runny inside. And that's what you want for shakshuka, because remember, we're dipping our bread into it. So this is done. I'm going to wait to put on any garnish until I take it out because I don't want anything to cook. The only thing I will go ahead and add is a little bit of salt. Beautiful. Now this is going into the oven, 200 degrees preheated oven. And before you know it, it will be time for breakfast. In the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and give my parsley a nice chop. I always love to finish with fresh herbs because it really gives it another layer of flavor and also gives it some freshness. And by now, you know what herb I really love and I really hate. So I love parsley. We use lots of parsley in Turkey. And I hate coriander. So please don't make any requests using coriander or cilantro because, you know, I just don't like it. The bread I made earlier, look at this. Can you see those little air pockets? Yes, that is yumminess. Bread is all about air pockets, right? This is what makes it so yummy and delicately fluffy and everything like that. I'm getting hungry. Guys, I'm having lots of dreams these days. I don't know if anybody else is doing that. Let me know in the comments because I never really dream. And even if I do, I don't remember. But these nights, I'm dreaming pretty much every night and I remember what I'm dreaming. So that's kind of strange, right? And now I have a dream about a nice shakshuka, which I'm gonna eat in 1 second. I cannot wait. Guys, the shakshuka's out of the oven and I just want to show you the jiggle, okay? You're ready? Do you see it? Yep, that's exactly what I'm looking for. This way we know the egg whites are cooked and the yolks are nice and runny. So when we put our bread into it, it's gonna go all like this. So now's the time to finish the shakshuka and I want you to see this. So I'll bring it over here. So what I have now is my green stuff. So parsley is gonna go on top. And then I'm gonna add some crushed chilies because you know I love chilies. You don't have to put this if you don't want. And my secret touch is a little lemon zest. It's gonna give it a nice freshness and a little bit like, what's that? And it's always good to surprise your guests with something that they're not expecting. And beyond, it's gorgeous, it's beautiful. Oh, it smells so lovely. Guys, I want to show you how gorgeous this looks. Look at this shakshuka, beautiful. I can already smell. Smell the lemon, smell the parsley. And all that goodness in there is coming through. So now I want to take my nice bread. I'm going to try to do this without burning myself. Inshallah, as they say it in the Middle East. I cannot wait 1 more second, so I'm going in. You guys ready for this? So, let's poke our egg. Oh, yes. That's just gorgeous. I want everything on that bite. The egg, the tomato. Oh my God, it's so hot. I hope I don't burn myself. I'm ready to go in. Guys, I'm speechless. I'm sorry. It's so damn good. I gotta go back to my shakshuka before it cools down. So, try this recipe. Let me know how it goes. Stay home, stay safe, and always, always eat well. Because if you take care of your body, I promise you your body's gonna take care of you. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Ciao!